Good morning, class. Let's start with some phonogram review. All right, our first phonogram is y, it, I, e. What are you going to write? Good, y, it, I, e. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, y, it, I, e. Y, it, I, e. So fix it. If you didn't have that, write it 3 times. All right, our next phonogram is ed-t, past tense ending. What are you going to write, class? Good, ed-t, past tense ending. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram, class. What is it? Good, ed-t, past tense ending. This is our ed-t, past tense ending. All right, our next phonogram is ng. What are you going to write? Good, ng. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, ng. All right, this is our ng. All right, our next phonogram is a 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. Class, what are you going to write? Good, a 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good, a 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. All right, and let's do one that's not in our words, but I want us to remember it. Let's do I, 3-letter I. Class, what are you going to write? Good, I, 3-letter I. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? All right, I, 3-letter I. We haven't done that one for a bit. I, 3-letter I. All right, so if you didn't have that one, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. All right, class, our first word is bill. What's the word? Good, bill. I need to pay the electricity bill soon. Bill. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word bill? Good, our sounds are b, I, o, but we're going to use our floss rule. Class, what's our floss rule? All right, if you weren't sure, say it with me. We often double F, L, or S after a single vowel at the end of a 1-syllable word. So what are we going to double in the word bill? Good, R-O. All right, say the sounds while you write them. Put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good, B, I, good, O, and good, O. Got to use that floss rule. Oops. All right, does this need a marking? How about this? This one? This one? Nope, we don't mark our floss rule. All right, let's read our word. Good, bill. All right, our next word is copy. Class, what's the word? Good, copy. I had to make a copy of that worksheet. Copy. All right, class, how many syllables are in copy? Show me. All right, I hope we've got this. All right, there are 2 syllables in copy. What's the first syllable? All right, if you said cop, great job. What sounds do we hear in the syllable cop? Good, our sounds are k, ah, p. All right, say those sounds while you write them. All right, class, if our first syllable in copy is cop, what's our second syllable? Good, our second syllable is E. Can we take that sound apart any further? Nope, we can't, but we're going to use ya, it, I, e. Class, which E do we use in copy? Good, ya, it, I, e. All right, go ahead and write that. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. K, ah, good. P. And syllable break. E, but which E? Good, ya, it, I, e. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? How about this? This one? Class, what kind of syllable is this? Wait, don't guess. Look at the last letter. Is it open or closed? All right, I hope we said closed. It's not open. All right, let's see. Class, does this need a marking? All right, this is saying E. How do we mark this anytime it says E? If we're not sure, let's say the sounds ya. Oh, that's a consonant sound. What are the vowel sounds? I, I, E. How are we going to mark this? Good. All right, go ahead and mark it. Class, what lets our ya, it, I, e say E in this syllable? What kind of syllable is it? All right, good. It's an open syllable. Remember the rule for open syllables for I and Y is listen and then say it with me. I and Y usually say E or I at the end of a syllable, but may say I. All right, say that with me. I and Y usually say E or I at the end of a syllable, but may say I. All right, nice work. Let's read our word. Good, copy. All right, our next word, we are going to take this space word and we're going to use our, I think we'll do that later in another video. We're going to use our Y exchange rule for this word, but we'll do that in the next video. All right, so our next word is against. What's the word? Good, against. Against is a two-way word. To spell it, we say against. All right, listen one more time. To spell against, we say against. All right, one more time. Tell me, class, not yet. How do we say against to spell it? Good, against. How many syllables are in against? Show me. All right, I hope we've got. Our first syllable is A. Class, what's the first syllable? Good, A. Can we take that sound apart any further? Nope, and it's an open syllable, so that tells you what to use to make that A sound. Go ahead and write it. Say it while you write it. All right, our second syllable is gainst. Class, what's the second syllable? Good, gainst. All right, what sounds do we hear in the syllable gainst? All right, so we've got some consonants that are going to try and stick together. We got to get them apart. In gainst, g, a, n, s, t. One more time, say the sounds. Good, in gainst, it's g, a, n, s, t. This A, though, is a two-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. Class, which A do I use in the second syllable of against? Good, a two-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. All right, say the sounds in that syllable while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, class. What is it? Good. A. Good. Syllable break. Good. A. Which A is the second one? Good. A, two-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. Good. S, t. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. And let's mark it. Does this need a marking? All right, I hope you're showing me this. It's an open syllable. Our vowel's saying its name. We need to underline it. Not yet, though. Does this need a marking? How about this? Good. Two letters work together to make that sound. This one. This one. How about this? Excuse me. All right, go ahead and pick up your pencil and mark it. All right, class, let's read our word just the way it looks on the board right now. Good, so it's against right now. It's a two-way word. One of the ways it's a two-way word, we're not going to put the thinking cap because it's so common. That's this one. Remember, we have had that in so many words like along and around and all those things. When we have it's almost, anyway, all of those words, it has an sound at the beginning, but it's always a is how we say it to spell it. They just want us to remember that, so we're not going to put the thinking cap there. All right, so against. We're not going to put a cap on this one. What phonogram in my second syllable? Listen, against, against. Or I should say against, against. What's different about the second syllable? Against, gainst. What is it making its usual sound, class? Good, it's our A, two-letter A. All right, so we'll go ahead and put a thinking cap on top of that one. All right, our next word is small. Class, what's the word? Good, small. I have a small grapefruit in my lunch. Small. What sounds do you hear in the word small? Good, our sounds are s, m, ah, o. All right, but our ah is ah. It's not our usual ah. For ah in small, we're going to use ah. Class, which ah do we use in small? Good, we use ah. All right, but wait, we're not finished. We're also going to use our floss rule at the end of small. Class, what's our floss rule? Say it with me. We often double F, L, or S after a single vowel at the end of a one-syllable word. All right, so small one more time. What are we going to write? Good, and which ah? Good, ah. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote. What is it? Good. Good. Ah, which ah? Good. Ah. O. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? How about this one? How about this one? All right, what are the three sounds of that phonogram? Ah. How are we going to mark it? Good, it's saying its third sound. And do we need to mark our floss rule? All right, so pick up your pencil. We'll mark our word. All right, class, let's read our word. Good, small. All right, the next word is sky. Class, what's the word? Good, sky. The sky is blue today. Sky. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word sky? Good, our sounds are s, k, I. All right. Can we use I at the end of an English word? We can't. What will we use instead? All right, good. We'll use our y, I-E, instead. But, class, because we have a Y at the right before our k sound, we're going to have to use a line letter k. Class, why do we have to use line letter k? All right, I think I heard Alex saying it. C, if you didn't know, just listen and then say it with me. C followed by E, I, or Y says S. All right, so if we had k, s here, the Y would make it say S, and the word would be sigh. And that's not our word. So to get that k in there, which k are we going to use? Good, we have to use line letter k. All right, one more time. What are we going to write to spell sky? Good, which k? Good, line letter k. And which I? Good, yeah, I-E. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. Which k? Good, line letter k. And I, good, which I? Good, yeah, I-E. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? How about this? How about this? Class, what do we do to this anytime it says I? Good, we always underline it. All right, pick up your pencil. Let's read our word. Good, sky. All right, our next word is ring. What's the word? Good, ring. The doorbell was broken, so it would not ring. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word ring? Good, our sounds are r, I, ng. One more time, what are you going to write? Good, that last sound is ng. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. R, I, and ng. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. And let's go through the markings. Does this need a marking? How about this? How about this? All right, good. We need to underline that. All right, class, let's read our word. Good, ring. All right, I didn't have us do our Y exchange rule, but I am going to have us practice adding a suffix to the end of this word, not changing anything, because we're going to add a suffix that begins with I. Remember, we do our Y exchange rule for any suffix that does not start with I. We don't do it if our suffix starts with I. So we're going to take this base word. What's this base word? Good, copy, and we're going to add a suffix to make it into copying. Class, how many syllables are in copying? All right, remember any vowel suffix besides edit always gets its own syllable. All right, so go ahead and write copy again. Say the sounds while you write them and put your syllable break at the end. All right, pause the video if you're not finished with that. All right, go ahead and now we're going to go ahead and add that suffix ing. What do we need to write for our suffix ing? Good, I, ng. All right, say those sounds while you write them. All right, class, why don't you just read me the syllables of our 3-syllable word? What's the first syllable? Good, cop. What's the second syllable? Good, E. Which E? Good, ya, I-E. And what's our third syllable? Good, ing, All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Do we need to mark anything in the first syllable? How about here? Good, it's saying E. It always gets a 3 then. And how about the third syllable? Good, we need to underline our All right, pick up your pencil and mark your word. All right, and let's read it. Good, copying is our word. All right, class, nice job. I will see you in our next video.